We're talking with George Cooper, who has founded the Fisk Jubilee Heritage Awards concert.
Yeah.
Now, talk a little bit about the need for a Fisk Jubilee Singers alumni group.
Well, I spoke with your father when we first started with this idea of doing something extra on Jubilee Day. I guess I should go back and explain. Jubilee Day is celebrated at Fisk because that's the day that the Jubilee Singers first set out on this magnificent, triumphant tour. So that's October 6th, and typically they have a very college-like convocation. Everybody gets together and we talk about that we have a Jubilee Day speaker, and we say a Jubilee Day prayer. We really celebrate the fact that they went out and saved the university. And then everybody goes on a pilgrimage to the grave sites, and that was it. And I'm like, well, I think we're wasting half of the day. So we had a lecture and a presentation in 2013, because that was the 140th anniversary of the portrait, the Havel Portrait of the Jubilee Singers. So we talked about the portrait and the history of the singers and all the different directors and how the different permutations of the singers, the different ways that the singers, became a quartet, or they became even a septet under Miss Myers, who your dad sang with, and then back to John Work being a more traditional SATB sound. So during that time, I had an idea about having an alumni group of Jubilee Singers so that we could do the same things that the original Jubilee Singers did, and that was to raise funds for the school and to recruit. And I asked your dad, had there ever been an alumni group? And he said no. I was like, why? Why not?
All these Jubilee Singers.
40 years we didn't think of this. So
all over the country.
Right. We're all over the country, and they're doing so many amazing things just in Chicago. Now, I think the closest thing was the John Work Chorale. That was founded by Delano O'Banion. And the funny story about that was he sang under John Work. And if you know Delano, he's got a mind of his own, and thoughts of his own. And he told me one day, he was telling John Work, the great composer John Work, I think you should do it this way. And John Work told him, well, when you get your group, you can do it the way you want to do it.
Your way.
And so after graduation, there's other long stories about it, but after graduation, they put together a group of Jubilee Singers, alumni. They wanted to sing together so badly, they had done it, and it sounded good, and they remembered how it felt. And they asked John Work would he allow them to name the group after him, and he felt honored. And so they named this John Work Chorale. It's been going on for about 50 years. So that was about the closest thing to an alumni group. But we've got people all over the world. They do literally all over the world. And they're doing great things, from being surgeons to being lawyers to being educators. And so they come here and they sing, and then they go out to the world and they spread that light, that lofty light of love that they talk about in the alma mater, and they spread it all over there. So it seemed natural to me that we should organize, because there's power in organization.
If you would like to see more clips from the Noshing with Nina show, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.